All right, welcome back here to the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. Don't forget about our great giveaway from our friends over at Caesars Sportsbook. Make sure you have the promo code. Make sure you're using it over there. JCLSU15, JCLSU15 for a chance to win 4 tickets to LSU Florida State. Compliments of our friends over at Caesars Sportsbook. Really looking forward to our next guest, one of our favorites, Marcus Randall, head coach of the Woodlawn Panthers, the loaded Woodlawn Panthers coming into the 2022 season, man. Can't wait to watch the Purple Panthers tee it off here in a couple of weeks as they got a couple of big commitments coming off the board, including Roy Brackens, big offensive lineman, committed to Louisiana Tech a couple of weeks back. Of course, they got Jordan Matthews, the big-time cornerback, and everybody's talking about Rickie Collins in the country right now. And we welcome in his head coach, Marcus Randall, here into the discussion on this. Look at my man. Look at that setup. What is that, D1 or you looking good, man. How are you? Good morning.
Man, good morning. Doing well.
Coach, think on this one. I'm going to come back to it at the end of the interview. Swaggiest LSU football player of all time. We were talking about just swag, just pure swag. You don't have to hit me right now. I'll come back to you at the end of the interview. Think about it a little bit. Tell me about Rickie Collins, Coach. Obviously, his recruitment front and center right now. Decommitted from Purdue over the weekend, and a lot of people are sensing that LSU has turned up the heat on Collins over the last couple of months. How crazy is recruiting in the world of your quarterback right now?
Since he put that commitment out, it actually, obviously went big, and everybody's kind of talking about it and trying to see what's the next move. I know he committed way back before the beginning of last season to Purdue, and it was under some he was a recruiting coach, was Coach Biaggi after he left, and then there was some other things. I think Rickie, obviously still wanted to go to Purdue in the beginning, and he saw some great things from Coach Brum, and they still had that relationship. But I think over the time, and him being able to see some things and be able to let the process still play out and, talk to different people, he's seeing that, opening back up his recruitment was the best thing for him.
You have coached Rickie for a long time. You've seen him grow. You have developed him, been a part of his development. Explain his game to our listeners. How have you seen him get to the point where he is right now?
Well, I've seen him since 8th grade, and he's been developing since then. He's put the work in. He always knew he wanted to be on this level coming in, and that's what we worked towards since that point. Being able to come in and seeing him come here to Woodlawn as a 9th grader to be able to start 5A football and be able to take his lumps and be able to catch up to the speed of the game and actually being forced, because we didn't have anybody else, being forced to have to play there and get those reps. I've seen the game slow down for him. You very rarely get a guy to be able to come in and play 4 years on this level at that position, and he's done everything that we've asked him to do, and I think he's just becoming a more of a master of his craft, especially in the high school realm.
I saw him over the summer throwing at LSU, Coach, and to me, one of the biggest improvements has been his accuracy in the way that he is improved on just putting it into spots. I think his arm strength kind of speaks for itself. How have you seen him develop later in his career? He played so much football. How have you seen him refine the quarterbacking position over the last year and over the last couple of months?
Well, just what you just said, man. You're seeing him throwing into spots now, not waiting for guys to get open like a younger quarterback would, like a younger high school quarterback probably would want to see, guys open before you throw the ball. I think the timing now, being able to throw in the spots, being able to pick up the defenses and kind of having those pre-snap reads and being able to see some of the things that's going to happen before they happen, allows you to be more accurate, and allows you to be able to be more on time, because I know where I'm going with the football. I know what I'm reading. I'm more assured on my reads and my protection. So I'm not thinking that if I'm going to be protected or not, if they blitzing me, and knowing when the blitz come, how to beat the blitz, and how to make people team pay. So those are the steps, and we're going to see him do way more of that this year. I'm looking for him to take a whole another big jump this whole season too as well.
Coach, explain the difference of summers now for your position as a head coach. How do you use the summers to benefit you? There's so many things from strength training to 7-on-7 to help you develop for the fall. What was your goal going into the summer, and did you take those away from it?
Well, we had a great spring, and we had a chance to play against a great opponent during spring, Warren Easton, and they got a chance to we got a chance to see some things. Even though we brought back a lot of guys this year, offensively, we lost a lot last year. Just when you talk about production, when you talk about losing Jalen Henry, that led the district and one of the leading area in receiving. That'll be at McNeese. You got Kyle Jones. That's going to be at Grambling. That was the second leading receiver on our team. Both two-time All-District, All-Metro guys. Our running back, Monty Gibbons, that led the district in rushing. So we had a lot of production that actually left. That some people just may not even be realizing. But we got guys stepping up into those roles. We needed to see those guys. And Rickie doing a great job of making those guys step up and play above their means. And I'm looking for those guys to continue to get better and to get chemistry. And as we find that number one receiver for this year.
You don't hide from anybody. Your schedule is as big time as the state can offer. What goes into making your schedule, and how much better does that make you later in the season into the playoffs for everybody that you play? You go everywhere, man. You don't hide from anybody.
Well, I can't hide. I mean, when you calling people for these games, they gotta still accept the games. And I talked to my guy Trell Falk, and I was kind of telling them that it was hard to schedule. When I first got here in 19, I could have scheduled anybody.
Everybody wanted to play the Panthers, huh?
Anybody wanted to be 5A points. They wanted the 5A points and also have a chance to beat the 5A team.
Yeah.
The last couple of years and making the schedule. Last year when they gave us the chance to make the 1 year schedule, maybe was calling around and it was just only certain games that I was able to get, and those are the games that we want. Those are the games that my players want. So this year coming in to having to pick the new schedule for this year, we definitely wanted to see the competition that we wanted to see. Over the last couple of years, COVID, we only played 4 games in the 2020 year. We got cut a couple games short last year due to hurricane. So, these guys will want to play the best of the best, especially this senior group.
Yeah. It's not just Rickie Collins, as we said over there, guys, with your guys that are getting attention. Jordan Matthews is recognized as one of the top cornerbacks in this state. He has had a very active summer as well. Explain his game and how you've seen him grow and kind of his recruiting process.
He's another guy that I've been seeing, grow up for a long time, and seeing him develop. And coming in ninth grade, just being able to play ninth grade and JV football in that freshman year, then only being able to get those 4 games in sophomore year. So I was able to see last year was the first year actually having a full, more of a full season playing varsity. I've seen him. He's already fast, long, rangy. And I've seen him be able to use those ball skills, especially when we're going against guys in our district that, week in and week out. Cole Porray from last year, Sheldon Sampson over there, and, having to guard, a lot of these big time guys, and, being able to have a guy like that where that can, in our mind, can shut down a whole side. That actually makes, calling defenses just a little bit easier.
How has your relationship developed with new LSU head coach Brian Kelly? And I know you've got a familiarity with a lot of their staff members, but what have you made of this kind of changeover in coaching staff and the relationship that you've been able to build with these guys?
I think they're doing a great job. When Brian Kelly first got into town, he and Joe Sloan came by, and I really even wanted to see any recruits at that time, just coming by, building relationships, going around the state, so people could put the name with the face. I think he's done a great job with it. And as you can see, our recruiting has picked up. Obviously, they hit the ground kind of on the backside of it because they came in kind of late to the recruiting game, and everybody kind of, trying to see what was going on. But I think at this point that they've got their feet settled, they had a chance to get some foundation going. And it's kind of reminding me of some of the things I came to on campus seeing back when Saban was there.
Yeah. Coach, last 2 weeks ago we were in Atlanta SEC Media Days, and a lot of people from around the conference were kind of looking around after Brian Kelly left the podium and saying it feels a little bit like they got the right guy in place, and it reminds you of a Saban-type program where it's very business-versed.
Right. That's the thing that I've seen. I had a chance to go to the BK Splash on Friday, and just seeing how everybody, you know, coming together. I say more like the Saban feel, but I also feel it's kind of like the feel that I felt, you know, going into the 2019, where everybody felt family bonded, everybody was pulling together, everybody know that, you know, the bullseye on us trying to see what it is that we're going to do. And I think everybody pulling together, having fun with it, and it just looked very, very family oriented. And that's how you win ball games. That's how you build, you know, great team.
Great summer for your big offensive lineman, Roy Brackens, as well as I know he committed to Louisiana Tech, I believe, in the middle of the summer. Just kind of explain his rise and ultimately it paying off with a commitment a couple of weeks ago.
Roy, he's been one of those guys who I've just been seeing it develop over and over. He played a lot of football. He came from TCA, where he had to start as an 8th grader playing varsity, and then coming here starting as a 9th grader. And he's been, he's been a 5th-year starter on varsity level. He played a lot. We moved him into center last year. We were playing against a lot of odd front teams with, some good noses, and we felt like he was one of our better blockers, and we moved him there, and we thought that he can get recruited at that position too as well. So, he took that on, and he's been rolling ever since. He's a guy that developed. He got bigger, stronger. I've seen him mature. He can make all the mic calls. He know how to slide the line. He knows all the blocking schemes. And he's playing on a high level right now.
Tyrann Mathieu, Odell Beckham, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson are some of the names that they are brought up as the swaggiest LSU players that they have seen. Who's some of the swaggiest that you either played with or that you can recall?
Yeah, I would have to say, I can't say played with. These guys lately have been getting real swagged out. I don't know if they allowing a little bit more lenient to that. Yeah, right. So I would have to say Odell Beckham.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you let your guys swag it out a little bit? You let them play that stuff up?
Yeah, I let them swag it out some. I like the motto. You look good, feel good, play good.
Hell yeah.
If they're not getting if they ain't getting the business clear, then that's a distraction. I must be.
Right. We get that visor back from you, player.
Get that off.
Yeah, that's right, Coach. You will have a lot of eyeballs on the Panthers this upcoming season. It'll be fun to watch you and your group play, man. Looking forward to it. Thank you for the time this morning.
All right, man. All right, Jordan, man. Good to talk to you, man.
All right, man. There he is, Coach Marcus Randall, checking in from Woodlawn High School this morning, as a lot of attention being paid to his program right now, whether it is his quarterback, Rickie Collins, it is his cornerback, Jordan Matthews, or if it is somebody like Roy Brackens, who is a stud, bro.
Got a running back committed to UL, too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're starting,
think about the players they lost last year.
Their backup running back is committed to
okay.
UL. Not the guy that led the conference in
that's